What if everything you thought was just luck or random in your life was actually chosen by you long before you took your first breath? It sounds crazy, right? The idea that your toughest moments and greatest loves weren't simply accidents, but carefully picked lessons, flips everything you thought about destiny on its head. Most people are stuck believing they're victims of circumstance, powerless against fate. But what if the truth is far more empowering and, yes, a bit controversial? Imagine knowing that every twist and turn in your journey was part of a bigger plan, a plan your soul mapped out just for you. Stick with me, because once you see life this way, those old struggles start to look a whole lot different, and you realize the power's been in your hands the whole time. Picture your soul before birth, not floating aimlessly, but actually making bold choices. There's a whole realm, beyond time, beyond memory, where your spirit, alongside wise guides, sifts through possible lifetimes. Each scenario, from the mundane to the extraordinary, is considered. You pick your family, your culture, even some of your key challenges, all with one aim: growth. Why pick a hard path? Because the soul knows that adversity, not comfort, is what truly sharpens character. So those relationships that test your patience or health struggles that demand courage, these are not punishments, but invitations to become something greater. You might notice how some situations feel oddly familiar, like you've walked this road before. That's not your imagination. Soul contracts are a real thing. Agreements made with others to help teach each other forgiveness, compassion, or resilience. Even that difficult boss or the friend who betrayed you. On some mysterious level, you both agreed to play those roles. Try seeing your next challenge as a class you signed up for. Suddenly, the ordinary starts to feel a bit more sacred, and you realize, perhaps for the first time, that you're the architect of your experience. Now let's untangle the age-old dance between free will and karma, because the story only gets deeper from here. Now here's where things get even more intriguing. Just because you picked a blueprint doesn't mean you're locked into a rigid script. Free will is the wild card your soul insisted on. Every choice you make can shift your story, sometimes in small ways, sometimes in ways that change your entire direction. Karma, often misunderstood as punishment, is really more like spiritual feedback. If you've ever touched a hot stove, you know not to do it again. In the same way, karma teaches and guides, nudging you toward balance, not retribution. It's like a GPS for the soul, recalculating routes every time you make a decision. Did you hurt someone in a past life? Now's your chance to make amends, not because you're forced to, but because your soul craves wholeness. After every lifetime, there's a pit stop, a review in the interlife, where you get to see how your actions rippled outward. No guilt trips, just pure understanding. It's all about growth, which brings us to how those big life events get pre-selected before you even arrive. If you've ever felt like certain moments in your life were turning points, you're not wrong. Souls don't just pick the outline. They select key themes, core relationships, and signature challenges. Maybe it's a love that cracks your heart open, a setback that forces you to change, or a dream that keeps you moving forward. The details can shift, but the lessons are always custom fit, ready to pop up in different forms until you get the message. Yet, nothing is set in stone. Free will lets you decide how you respond. Missed a lesson? Don't worry, it'll circle back often with a new face or situation. Ever notice how you attract the same kind of partner, boss, or friend over and over? That's no coincidence. It's your soul's curriculum in action. And the people closest to you? Chances are you've been doing this dance together for lifetimes. Soul groups stick together, switching roles to help each other grow. Which in turn makes every relationship and every challenge another chance to awaken to a bigger purpose. So why come down here at all with all its mess and magic? Incarnation is the ultimate classroom, offering experiences you simply can't get in the safety of spirit. Where else can you taste both joy and heartbreak, courage and fear, light and darkness, all in a single lifetime? The soul's real quest is to remember its own divinity, to heal old wounds, and to refine virtues like patience, kindness, or humility. Earth's duality isn't a mistake, it's the ultimate stage for spiritual evolution. When you start seeing your struggles as invitations, life transforms. That tough boss becomes a lesson in boundaries. The illness, an opportunity for compassion, sometimes for yourself, sometimes for others. Every time you act from love instead of fear or let go of old baggage, you take a step closer to your real purpose. But the game doesn't end there. There's an even greater goal waiting, the end of the cycle itself. The wheel of life. Round and round it goes, lifetime after lifetime. But it's not about being stuck. It's about learning, refining, and finally, remembering. Liberation isn't some distant heaven. It's a state of deep peace, detachment, and unity right here, right now. When the soul has learned what it came to learn, it doesn't just escape the cycle. It transcends it. The wisest souls sometimes come back, not out of obligation, but out of sheer love, choosing to help others find their way. If you've ever felt called to teach, guide, or heal, maybe it's because on some deep level you've done this before. Liberation isn't about withdrawal from life. It's about engaging with it, but without the old hooks of fear, anger, or ego. The journey is all about peeling back those layers until only love and wisdom remain. Now, how can you actually apply these teachings in your everyday life? Let's get practical, because big ideas are only as good as what you do with them. Start by tuning into yourself. Daily moments of silence, reflection, or meditation can reveal where you're still repeating patterns. Practice forgiveness even when it feels impossible. You're freeing yourself, not the other person. Emotional healing is key. Write down what keeps coming back, face it, and let it move through you. Detachment doesn't mean being cold. It means loving fully, but letting go of the need to control outcomes. Want to raise your vibration? Simple acts of kindness, honesty, and compassion work wonders. Say thank you more often, give someone a genuine compliment, help without expecting anything back. These are ancient practices, but their power is timeless. As you align with these principles, you start to see the wheels slow down, and who knows, you might just be on the edge of a breakthrough. Which leads us to a final, simple truth. You are not a victim here. You are, and always have been, the author of your own destiny. So after everything you've just heard, let me ask you, are you ready to see your challenges as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks? If your soul chose this life for your highest growth, what lesson is hiding in that person or situation you keep resisting? How would your day change if you remembered you're not a pawn of fate, but the writer of your own story? If you're serious about breaking old patterns and discovering the power inside you, don't just listen, apply it. Meditate, forgive, reach out, let go. And hey, if you want to keep exploring these mysteries together, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This journey is just beginning, and there's so much more waiting for you on the path.